What's going on?
What up, champ?
I'm here, man. I'm here with my boy, Teofimo Lopez, brother. We out here in Atlanta getting it in. I had to sit down with you and square up with you. Yeah, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling like a champ, man. Thank you for having me on, man, and I'm very happy and thankful.
Yeah? I bet, man. So, like, we here in Atlanta. You're doing a lot of press for your fight coming up on Triller. For you making this jump, man, it shook up a lot of things, just in the fight game, period. I think, what was your real, reason for trying to make that move? Or you really just trying to create a whole new lane? For a lot of us fighters, or a lot of the fighters like the young fighters in the game right now, just trying to do something different.
My thing, is mainly that. Like, a lot of the things that I've learned from growing up, seeing you. I mean, I even went to see your fights. I was like 9, 10, and we took a photo. and you was WBC world champion, and still respectful as a fighter. And my whole thing was like those blueprints. You guys showed us what to do and what not to do.
Definitely.
And I think a lot of us at least some of us need to be more observant about that. Yeah. And like, those are the blueprints. Floyd, you, whoever we want to talk about, Andre Ward, anybody. It's all about that. All right, the work ethic. Yeah. That's what's going to keep you always successful, undefeated, if you keep the work ethic always. But doing this whole thing with the Triller, it just happened. You know what I mean? With the purse bid and all that. Yeah. That was out of our hands at that moment, but doing that now, it kind of it shocked the whole boxing. It shook it. It just shook the whole thing.
Yeah, it did.
But I just want everyone to know, it's like, if you beat the guys that you need to beat, you beat the pound for pound guys, or you just go straight to the head. I always tell people, you go straight to the guy that, if you say that you the best,
definitely,
you got to show everyone you the best. Definitely. So you got to beat the best.
Got to beat the best. You definitely did, man. You had a hell of a fight with Lomachenko. And of course, just that fight alone, man. It sent a lot of shockwaves through boxing, period. And I think you definitely put a lot of people on, on notice that you was here. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to your division right now, you got some killers. You got the Tank Davises, you got you got Ryan Garcias, you got the Devin Haney's. What are you thinking about when it comes to that group of guys? Like, I love it because all of you guys look hungry. Everybody wants to fight everybody. And to be honest, the fight that I want to see personally, I think the biggest fight in that division that's going to get made, Teofimo and Tank Davis. I love that matchup. Both of you guys are extremely explosive, great talent. And just all the way around the board, man. It's just a lot of talent in there. So what do you think about each one of those guys in that division? And who do you think you see yourself, seeing here soon in that division? What do you think is going to be your biggest fighters in that division?
Either or. With whether it's Haney, Garcia, Tank, even the guys at 140, those are all big major fights that people want to see. And it's good to have that. We got the ball rolling again, but we all kind of like know each other from the amateurs. Definitely. So it's that group.
Oh yeah, it's the same group. It's the same group from
same
here?
group.
That's crazy.
And you got Boots, so you got Jerron Ennis. Definitely. I remember when me and Boots and Charles Conway, everybody, we won the National Golden Gloves. Yeah, so it's a solid team, but right now it's a solid group of fighters that you guys are about to see.
Definitely.
A lot of young, hungry fighters like myself. Yeah. However, it's just I got my shot first, and I took advantage of it. Definitely. My whole thing is like, sometimes you got to bet on yourself. Definitely. I bet on myself every time. Definitely. And I knew whether I was not getting a good amount of money for the Loma fight, I knew that the award and the reward for it was bigger. Yeah. So that's why I try to bring out to everybody is like the same thing. Yeah. You go out there, you beat the guys, and even if you're not getting the respect or the amount of money that you think that you should get,
you
beat those guys and it changes.
But is it anybody in that division that you think that, okay, that's going to be my huge fight, right? That's going to be the fight I know people want to see that's really going to take me to mega superstar status. Which fight do you think, not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but which fight do you think that everybody...
Oh, but it could happen the next fight after this one, you know?
Yeah,
there's a lot of things to it. Woo! me and my father, we talked about is like, as long as they get their job done. Haney got Linares next. You got Ryan Garcia fighting.
What do you think about those fights? What do you think about, Haney and Linares? Cause I think that's going to be a tremendous fight. What do you think about the fight with Ryan Garcia coming up as well? I don't know too much about his opponent, but
Javier Fortuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is that's a one that definitely I heard rumors, but they're rumors sometimes. You never, but sometimes I get my insights. But however the play out is, my whole goal is I beat Kambosos, and we go straight to. We really want Devin, and the reason why the reason we want Devin, we want Devin. If it's not Devin, then it's got to be one of the 140s or Garcia.
Yeah.
So it's more so it's gonna be those in that group. Yeah. Me and my father are just tired of Haney.
Yeah.
So we just kind of wanna
go ahead and do away with him.
We want to end his career before it starts.
Devin, you hear that? Yeah.
I want to do it before it starts because he's the dream and this is reality, and I'm showing.
Oh man, listen, that fight right there, I believe is gonna be a huge fight.
It's a good fight. A lot of people put that question mark about that WBC belt because but at the end of the day, I know I'm undisputed. But a lot of people, it's been like that. Adversity, so many things on and off. But it makes you as a true champion. You always come back to show everybody, hey, I'm still here, and I'm not just here just for now. I'm here to stay forever.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, man, you got all the tools, bro, and that's what I love about it. And like I said, a lot of stuff that we're talking about, even off camera, the fact on just a lot of different things outside the ring that you've been working on. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about like your mental mind state, charity that you're doing outside the ring, and just your all around presence on how you want to be received outside the boxing game. I think that's really important. Of course, like I say, man, you spoke a lot about it, off of camera. And I think it's really important, man, to get all this success, but to be able to be humble and to be able to understand where you came from as well.
I think a lot of us tend to. Sometimes I feel like we mix that up though. When it comes to don't forget where you came from. It's not about going back to your hood or whatever it is. It's more so about don't forget what got you where you was at. The struggles that you had to get through. Just now that you're in a comfortable situation don't mean you gotta take a step back. Definitely. Because when you get up to the top, the fall is gonna be a lot harder.
Definitely. I just think, when it comes to this, of course I know about it. But just the fact that people really don't know how to separate this life of just being a champion, all the lights and the glamour that comes with that, and just reality. And with me, I've seen, of course, 15, 16 years competing at this high level. I've seen guys that beg for that, for that spotlight. And of course, with the competition they're running through. But with all that attention that you want, soon as something bad happens, that same bulk of people that you're trying to look for when it comes to attention, they can flip on you as well. And it's very easy to feel like you're alone. It's very easy to feel like you've been, portrayed, by all these fans. But then again, like I say, it's a fight game, bro.
It's all entertainment. And
it's all entertainment.
It's like a roller coaster ride you're gonna have, and you just gotta enjoy it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying my ride.
Have to, brother.
And at this age right now, why I'm in this position that I'm in is just because I know that you gotta stay dedicated to it. You gotta be disciplined, and you gotta have that self-discipline. Definitely. And it's sometimes very hard, but you gotta think about it. Is this something that you want to just be known as, okay, I'm just going to be a boxer and that's it, or do you want to be something more than that?
It's very easy to be comfortable too, man. You see a lot of these guys, to get that money, to get that check, especially if you come from nothing and they really want to try to enjoy that life. But when it comes to this fight game, bro, you can't try to do all of it at one time. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose one or the other.
And what I've noticed now, being around and everything, it's when people say I'm a celeb or whatever now, I'm maybe to y'all, but for me it's I'm just like anyone else. Definitely. I put on my pants on just like everyone else, you know. So it's like it don't change that. However, of course, we have a different outlook on us because of what we do, you know, and our talents. My whole thing, man, I just want everyone to know, even the young generation, especially for the sport of boxing. I mean, we got these TikTokers and YouTubers.
Well, they got a big fight coming up too, right? The TikTokers versus YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, and I think with us, man, I think, a lot of the fight public and just the boxers in general, we're still kind of locked into the old school and how a lot of things have been done. And I feel that they need to take something from that space. It's the reason why they're able to have these Jake Paul fights. It's the reason why they're able to have this YouTube versus TikTok, like type of situations that are going to bring all these viewers. I think a lot of these guys need to just take something from it. I'm really trying to build that social media presence. I've been seeing you, starting to build your stuff up nice. And, and I say it all the time, man, I think as long as you're able to have a group of people and you're able to control them and be able to send them wherever you need to send them, that's value. You get 1 million people, you get 500,000 people, you can make them people do whatever you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's buying something, if it's trying to make you go, just go watch a fight, whatever case may be, I think all of it needs to coincide to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Need to show some real layers of yourself.
I think what it does, and why being on this platform with Triller right now is good because now you get artists too. You get all these types of, and this right here for this fight alone with the Jake Paul and all that, you got some actual real fighters. You got the Regis Prograis against Ivan Redcash. That's going to be a good fight. Both southpaw fighters. And I think it's just the whole thing is really that what we need to realize is that it's the modern day era of boxing now.
Okay, so you don't think it's going to water down the real fight fans or fighters at all?
Look, at the end, I think it's that we're all having a collab now. I think that's what it is. Entertainment business, because everybody's all can't travel or because travel bans or COVID, I think they decided we all just going to be in one. And we're going to have Marshmallow, Diplo. There's going to be so many people that, and it's just all in one. So it's all pretty much like we just collabing. Everybody's getting paid that night. Everybody's doing their thing, but also for everyone to watch at home.
What's the reason you think a lot of us, us fighters, even just like box promoters, are getting upset that they're taking this route, or a big group like Triller's coming in and have these guys like Jake Paul's and having all these performances? Why do you think they're getting upset that
the promoters?
Yeah, like promoters and
competition. It's competition. This is all about competition and currency. And it's always gonna stay that way in sport of boxing. There's how many rules they want to put into the belts, but when it comes to promoters and when it comes to money, it's all about that and how they want to navigate their fighters, their stable, and they don't want nobody to mess up their business or their TV contracts or anything like that.
Definitely.
So, with Triller coming in, it's just like the Zone. When the Zone hat came in, everybody hot. You know what I mean? But what I realized is Triller is somewhat of that. It's just they bring now, you got different artists. You got Snoop Dogg. You got so many people that you could, you just want to watch.
Definitely.
So it's going to be good.
Yeah, so what about this kid right here that you're fighting coming up? Of course, it's going to be a really good fight. They're giving you a huge stage. You got J-Lo coming. You got a lot of great performers coming to perform at your upcoming fight. Of course, the situation with Jake is, it's pretty big, but they say yours is going to be bigger when it comes to the production side of things. What are you trying to show that night? Fight night.
What I want to show that night, and this to everyone, is that I'm here to I'm here to show out. I'm here to stay. Like I said, this is just the beginning. So George Kambosos Jr. is going to be that prime example of when I beating him the way I'm going to beat him. Do what I do. It's kind of waking these guys up at my division like, yo, I'm still hot and I'm still here and I'm still ready. I can hit you with my left, knock you out. I can hit you with my right. Shoot. However you want, but I'm smart. It's not even about who's the strongest or who's the fastest. It's all about who's the smartest. Definitely. And I've learned that, And George Kambosos Jr. is a strong, hungry fighter, 19-0, 10 knockouts. Yeah. I know he's going to want to go out there. It's for all the belts.
Yeah, he's trying
and he's getting a good pocket at the same time.
Yeah,
So
he's gonna try to prove a point too.
So and he wants to prove, and he wants to make a name just like I wanted to make one for myself.
On a big stage.
So I don't overlook no one. The moment you
Can't.
do, that's your first law. That right
Can't.
there is a big mistake.
This is a big stage. Everybody's going to, especially everybody in the boxing community, they seen this movie that you made, and of course it shook up a lot of things. So we're going to see what Teofimo's going to do with this. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give him this big stage, and we're going to see what he's going to do. So, like for me, it's all about entertainment, but like I said, it's, at the end of the day, I feel like it's another, space where where you get props. You know what I mean? I think it's another big stage where you can just, hey, listen, I made this move for a reason. Yeah, they gave me a big check, and I'm gonna show out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's my whole thing was this, man. It's when you get to a certain point in your career,
Definitely.
and when a lot of people, when you make history, like for myself, 23 years young, becoming the youngest 4-belt era champion.
Crazy.
And the first one to do it in lightweight division. I mean, I'm very thankful for.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So the whole thing is like, all right, you got the best in the biz, and I'm young. You know what I mean? And I'm young. So you still have all that time to develop that fighter, but at the same time, make a lot of money.
Definitely.
But sometimes it's ignorance, and sometimes that gets in the way, or sometimes egos that get involved.
Definitely.
And as men, we're all men. We like power sometimes.
Damn right.
It fills us. But the whole thing is all about respect.
Definitely.
Coming to this now, fighting, it's just for every fighter that's out there, like I wanted to say, it's just this, man. Just do you, man. Just be you. Don't follow what everybody else did because it's already been done.
It's already been done.
Just do something that's unique.
That's it.
I'm gonna do my backflips, pull out my jerseys and all that, whatever. Do the Heisman, but that's me.
Yeah.
A lot of people look forward to it. Definitely. It's all about, and just do your research.
Definitely.
Do your research on what's popping. Do your research, especially that week of the fight.
Definitely.
Do your research. What I do is like when I listen to music, and when I'm playing music for my fights, it's not for me, it's for the people.
Okay.
So, cause whatever they like, and if they screaming, I'm taking all that energy that they're screaming and enjoying that moment before I get in the ring. And all that energy that they give me, I live off that. It's a drug that I'm addicted to.
Oh man, this guy's crazy.